let me take you back to a moment that might sound familiar. Imagine standing in a long line at a grocery store, scrolling through your phone, feeling the weight of everything you haven't accomplished today. Suddenly, you glance up and see a child laughing uncontrollably at something seemingly insignificant. A balloon, a funny face, or maybe just the pure joy of being alive. You pause for just a second and wonder, when did life stop feeling that simple? That fleeting moment of joy and wonder reminds us of the truth we often forget. Everything that happens to us, whether uplifting or devastating, is shaping us into who we're meant to be. Life isn't about perfection, it's about transformation. And every experience, good or bad, has a purpose. Before we get started, what's up? My name's Nick Jackson, and my channel is here to give you insights on philosophy, psychology, conspiracy, and spirituality. If any of those topics interest you, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like to help push me forward in the algorithm. If something in this video sparks a thought or challenges your perspective, drop a comment below. I'd love to start a conversation. Here's the thing. Everything will happen as it's supposed to. Whether it's a lesson or an experience, this idea isn't just spiritual, it's psychological. Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists of our time, believed that life's events are orchestrated by something he called synchronicity. It's the idea that coincidences aren't random, but meaningful. Think about it. How many times have you experienced something and felt like it was meant to happen? Maybe a chance encounter with a stranger who gave you the advice you desperately needed, or losing a job only to find a better opportunity later. As Steve Jobs famously said, you can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward. Trust that the dots will connect even when you're standing in chaos. But let's talk about the duality of life, because that's where the real growth happens. Everything that can bring you as high as the clouds can also drop you as low as the Earth's core. This duality is why we experience joy and pain, success and failure, love and heartbreak. They're two sides of the same coin. Philosopher Alan Watts said, "The more a thing tends to be permanent, the more it tends to be lifeless." Life's highs and lows are what keep it dynamic, alive, and worth living. Imagine riding a roller coaster that only went up. You'd miss the thrill, the momentum, the feeling of overcoming fear. The lows are what give the highs their meaning. Here's where it gets personal. I've held on to things that didn't serve me, relationships, habits, beliefs, and I bet you have too. We cling to it because it feels safe, but safety isn't the same as growth. You can't climb a mountain while carrying a bag full of rocks. Healing starts with letting go. As Rumi said, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And don't worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? Healing also requires looking inward. We live in a world that constantly pulls our attention outward. Social media, news, and work deadlines. But the real answers are always inside us. Meditation, journaling, or even just sitting in silence can help uncover what's holding us back. Studies show that people who regularly practice mindfulness experience less stress, better mental health, and even improved physical well-being. Science is finally catching up with ancient wisdom, proving that healing starts with the mind. As Buddha said, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Now let's talk about one of the hardest truths to accept. Some things in life aren't meant to stay. People will leave, opportunities will fade, and dreams will shift. And that's okay. Everything has its season. The trees don't cling to their leaves in autumn. They let them go so they can bloom again in the spring. Holding on to what no longer serves you only blocks what's meant to come. The best way to predict the future, said Abraham Lincoln, is to create it. You can't create a future while holding on to the past that no longer fits. Think about this. The pain you're carrying, the mistakes you've made, the regrets you replay in your mind, they're not who you are, they're chapters in your story. But they're not the whole book. They're chapters in your story, but they're not the whole book. Neuroscience tells us that our brains are wired to focus on the negative. It's called the negativity bias, and it's a survival mechanism. But survival isn't the same thing as thriving. You have to train your mind to see the positive, to rewrite the narrative. Man is not the creature of circumstance, said Benjamin Disraeli. Circumstances are the creatures of man. So how do we move forward? It starts with belief. Belief in yourself, in your ability to grow, in the idea that life is happening for you, not to you. Studies on the placebo effect show that belief alone can heal the body. Imagine what belief can do for your soul. Henry Ford put it simply, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Choose to believe you can. Choose to believe you're capable of letting go, healing, and creating the life you want. Here's a thought experiment to sit with. Imagine your life as a river. The current flows steadily, sometimes gently, sometimes with a raging force along the way. Rocks and debris fall into the water, creating obstacles. You can choose to fight the current, cling to the debris, or you can let go and allow the river to carry you. Life is like that river. The obstacles, the heartbreak, the failures, the mistakes are a part of the journey, but they don't stop the flow. Fighting the current only drains your energy. Letting go, however, allows you to move forward, to grow, and to embrace what's waiting for you downstream. Lao Tzu put it beautifully. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. We also need to question the stories we tell ourselves. Are you replaying a narrative that says you're not good enough, that you're stuck, that you've missed your chance? Neuroscience has shown that the brain is incredibly adaptable. This concept, called neuroplasticity, means you can rewire your thoughts and habits. You can literally change your mindset and in turn your life. It starts with awareness. Catch those negative thoughts and challenge them. Replace them with affirmations and truths. As James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, said, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Start casting the versions of yourself you want to see. This also ties into the ideas of manifestation, which often get dismissed as pseudoscience, but has roots in psychology and spirituality. What you focus on expands. Your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. The CIA even studied this in declassified documents, suggesting that focused thought and intention have tangible effects on your outcomes. It's not magic, it's mindset. Nikola Tesla once said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. What you put out into the world, your energy, your thoughts, your focus, comes back to you. Finally, don't underestimate the power of gratitude in all of this. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from pain to possibilities. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude rewires your brain, increases happiness, and improves your physical health. Start small. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you perceive your life. As Oprah Winfrey said, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Gratitude isn't just practice, it's a way of life. A way of recognizing everything, even the challenges, has brought you to this moment of transformation. Finally, let me leave you with this thought. Life is a paradox. It's short, but full of infinite moments. It's painful, but beautiful. It's chaotic, but meaningful. Embrace the paradox, because that's where the magic happens. As Oscar Wilde said, to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that's all. Don't just exist, live. Let go of what doesn't serve you, embrace the duality, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Keep questioning, keep growing, and keep creating. The best is yet to come. Peace.